Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back to the channel. So today we're doing things a little bit differently with the character previews. So I'm going to be using the actual game as reference today. Just in case any of you are actually still interested and are debating whether you can summon, we can go through the characters together here again. So basically, Cell is, as we saw in the preview, in the preview yesterday, we saw when they released the character information, they were green and red, and the perfect Cell is purple. Very interested that they released a perfect Cell. It's very interesting. But anyway, let's get straight into his abilities, really. So, starting with his main ability, the Ultimate Life Form draws a blast card next. Decent. Always nice to give yourself a card. Minus 15 to own Blast Arts card for 30 counts. Plus 50% damage for 30 counts, and 100% Vanishing Gauge recovery for 10 counts. Okay, that's quite short, but that's clutch. Like, that Vanishing Gauge is gonna come back like damn blue transforming God Vegeta, bro. That's a pretty damn solid main ability. You're boosting your damage by 50%. That's ridiculous. You'll be able to combo your... If you've got a full hand of blast, this guy's gonna hit you like a damn truck. So, yeah. Okay, he buffs Future, that's very nice, and he buffs Android, that's amazing. He doesn't buff Regen, I'm very, very happy about that. Fam, are you good? I just realized that this is a double... What kind of ability is this? This is like an Android, 21, the blue one, where she gets that, like, additional 12% per... or 2 female strike attack at like 6 stars. This is at 3 stars. This is ridiculous. 24% to strike, to future blast attack, and 24% to android strike attack. So basically, his optimal team is not regen. I mean, it could be regen, but it's androids. You want him to realistically be on a team full of cells. You want it to be him, yellow cell, and maybe... I don't know, what's another cell in the game? I'm blanking. Doesn't really matter though, but you want him to realistically be on a team of cells. That's kind of nuts. That's a hectic ability. 24% to both attacks. That's pretty cool. That's pretty solid, you know. So it's like obviously it's not a double buff because it's buffing 2 different tags, but only one applies to each. You can work it out. Anyway, Looming Menace. I don't want to make this too long. Looming Menace gradually restores own health for each time account for 60 counts when this character enters the battlefield. So that's kind of typical regen. While this character is on the battlefield, he applies the following effects to self when the enemy switches. He gets 30 ki, and he gets 20% damage inflicted. That's pretty decent. That's actually really good. Because if you have him in the field, your enemy switches, you have this, and then you can use your main ability? Yeah, your boy's gonna hit like a... I think he's gonna pretty much one-combo any non-purple unit, really. And then evolving the life form. The following effects occur according to the number of time accounts elapsed with the current character. So, the longer you stay in with him. If you stay in with him 3 counts, 50% damage inflicted, that's ridiculous. 6 counts, draw a special arts card, so green, and that activates 3 times. That's a lot of green cards, actually. That's ridiculous. And then plus, it's 12 counts, which is a very, very, very long time. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, plus 50% damage received for 20 counts. Now, I can only realistically imagine that being good if he's a last man, because then you'll be forced to stay in the battlefield for that long. Unless he gets locked in. So if he's on the field for like 2, maybe 3, 4 counts even, he hasn't used a vanish. Gohan comes in, locks him, Gohan attacks, Cell evades, you manage to start a combo, you'll be able to draw out the combo long enough firstly for your 12 time accounts to elapse, which will give all enemies 50% damage received. That's huge. That is actually ridiculously big. So yeah, you want to try and force this guy, if you're facing him, out of the field as soon as possible. So that's kind of mad. Yeah, let's go into Perfect Cell next. I personally think that... oh, I didn't even check his green cards, did I? I'm an idiot. I personally... what was I going to say? I personally think it's going to be very interesting because this is a main green android unit. I think he's going to take the place of... excuse me. Android 17 and... is it 14, if I'm not mistaken? So, his green card, basically the following effects occur on hit. It has blast armor charging forward, and it's only comboable to blue cards. Thank God. Reduces enemy ki by 50. It inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade minus 50% to ki recovery for 5 counts. That is ridiculously detrimental. Thankfully, only 5 counts. Restores own health by 10% and ki by 50. That's huge. You're getting ki 50. This guy's going to be drawing green cards left, right, center, bro. And yeah, he's going to be a pain. I feel he's going to be an absolute menace to deal with. So I'm very, very interested to see what kind of an impact he has. I don't know. You're definitely not going to see him on regen. There's no way people are going to run him over Zenkaibu. On the other hand, though, with the Zenkaibu's boosting, this guy's going to be a menace. His Kamehameha basically just inflicts 20% blast damage. That's average. It's decent, I suppose. It'll help him a lot. So, let's look at Perfect Cell. His green card inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade minus 50% to ki recovery for 10 counts. So both cells just really don't want you to get ki. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade minus 50% vanishing gauge recovery for 10 counts. Excuse me, hiccups. That's actually pretty decent. It's a unique one for sure. Is it going to be impactful? I don't know. But at least if you tap attack someone, they're not going to get their vanish back anytime soon. So I suppose it can be. Super Kamehameha. Deals major impact damage, seals all enemies' main abilities for 10 counts on hit. That's actually... that's good if you can get it off in the beginning of the game. Because, if they've used it and then you hit them with it, it's kind of damn pointless. If you can hit... I was going to say if you can hit Shallot with it, but then, the chances of you hitting Shallot with it are kind of low. So, Intimidating Aura as a main ability. 30% damage inflicted by all allies for 25 counts. That's a long time. Reduces enemy ki by 50, which is actually huge. Just any ability to just minus ki by, firstly, 50 by 50 is ridiculous. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 10 to all art card cost for 15 counts. That is going to be such a damn pain. That's a long time, 15 counts. That's like you're getting hit with 2 green cards from Cell, or switching out on 17 once or twice. No, once, but like for a much longer time. So that's horrible. Okay, so strike and blast defense for Future. That's pretty good. Future's getting a nice buff, so that's just kind of leaning me towards that they're going to be possibly pushing for Future Spirit Sword Trunks and merge Zamasu for year 2 anniversary. So I think that's a very big possibility. Dawn of Terror. The following effects, especially with God Vegeta turning to Future. Anyway, Dawn of Terror. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 30% damage received for 20 counts. And inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 50% to health restoration. So he's going to be pretty good against regen as well. So that's actually pretty solid. That's a very big debuff. Plus 30% damage received. That's actually really, really big. And if you use your main ability with that, every time he enters the battlefield, so you use that when he enters, your enemy's going to be taking a crap ton of damage. So yeah, he's going to be a pain. He sounds like a very, very solid, annoying support unit to deal with. So I am very interested to see if he's going to take the place of anyone. I doubt he's going to take the place of androids on regen because of 21, unless you don't have it. Demoralizing Presence. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade another 10% damage received for 15 counts upon landing a strike or blast card. So he's just basically giving you debuff upon debuff upon debuff of damage received. That's ridiculous. While this character is on the battlefield, the following effects occur when the enemy switches characters. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 3 to substitution count, so that's a red fused 13 ability. And I think Broly as well. Zenkai Broly. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 1 to draw speed for 15 counts! Oh no, this guy is going to be such... Unless you have someone that literally is able to take away all their debuffs like SSJ4 Goku, this guy is going to be an absolute pain to deal with, and I personally would not like to do it. So, yeah, he doesn't sound fun to face whatsoever. Where is Little Trunks? There he is. It's pretty cool art, I must say. I really like the art for these cards. This is very unusual, I guess, just in terms of how, like, I don't know, small the character is, in a way. I don't know. It's weird, but it's I still like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying it's different. Okay, let's look at his main abilities first. The nightmare is over. Draw an ultimate art card, Heat Dome Attack, next. Gains attribute upgrade minus 100% to sustain damage cut effects for 10 counts. That's huge. No matter who comes in is going to be taking a lot of damage. Full Power Freezer doesn't stand a chance. Cooler doesn't stand a chance. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 30 counts. That is a long time to have an increased draw speed. So he's going to be a sidestep, charge step beast. Vegeta family and hybrids, fantastic. That is exactly what this guy needed to do. It's exactly what he needed to do. The final battle for peace. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. 30% damage inflicted, which cannot be stacked. Fair. Plus 20% strike damage inflicted, cannot be stacked. Fair. So that's immediately 50% extra strike damage. I know 30% damage in general, but damage in general includes strike, so that's 50% strike. Reduces damage received by 20% for 15 counts. That's huge. That's a long time. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, minus 40% to health restoration. Whoa, okay. For 30 counts. Bro, that's mad. Okay, so he's basically just going to get 30% damage every time he enters the battlefield, 20% strike every time he enters the battlefield. If he comes in a switch as soon as he gets his 10 timer counts back, he's going to take 40% less damage for 5 counts and then 20% less for, the next 10. So that's actually really massive. And then inflicts all enemy. So basically every time he enters the battlefield, every time he's there, basically regen is not going to be regening anything as long as he keeps switching in, which is amazing. Eradicate evil. Plus 30% damage. I was so expecting more than 30%, not gonna lie. But I suppose he's got the passive buffs. 30% strike damage inflicted against regen, cannot be cancelled. The following effects apply to self according to the number of time counts elapsed with the current character. Again, another one of this. It's like a green cell that we've just seen. 3 counts, minus 5 to all arts cost. It's pretty good. That's even including blue, which is very good. And arts, maybe? And your ultimate? Would that count? Possibly. 8 counts of elapsed, 30% strike damage inflicted, and 12 counts of elapsed, 20% strike damage inflicted. Yeah, this guy's gonna be hit he's gonna hit hard. I don't know how well he's gonna tank, because he doesn't seem like he's got a little bit of sustained damage cut, like either 20%, and then if he switches in immediately after switching out, he'll have 40% for 5 counts, and then back to 20, which is still massive, actually. That's actually really good. So let's look at his green card first. The following effects occur on hit. Restores own ki by 50, massive already. Restores own vanishing gauge by 60, which activates twice, massive already. Inflicts all enemies and allies with 3 substitution counts, so it has to hit them. That's fair. And you can combo anything you like. So basically, if you're facing androids or something, and you're facing, I don't know, purple 21, and you hit her with this, and then you chain 2 quick cards, you will not, and then they have Cell on their team. Cell's not going to be able to cover rescue, so you can wipe her out quickly. That's amazing. Basically, his blue card, Change the Future, just gives extra strike attack dealt, I guess, or received by enemy. Heat Dome Attack. Deals massive impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation. Plus 50% damage, plus 50% ultimate damage inflicted for 3 counts, and nullifies own unfavorable element factors for 3 counts. That's huge. That is actually really big. No matter who takes this, they're going to freaking take it, alright? Bro, yeah, no, this guy seems insane. Like, he seems like he's just gonna be a freaking beast. So, it's exactly what hybrids need. Especially with Aleph Super Saiyan 2 Gohan not being exactly where he once was. But, I mean, some pretty interesting units. I'm still fully skipping the banner because it's just not worth summoning in my opinion. I would say fully recommend just waiting for your GSPs and trying your luck on dailies. This banner's around for like over a month, so you'll have more than enough chances to do it on dailies and GSPs. So don't worry about that. I'm personally saying it's a skip. As good as this guy is probably going to be, I'm fully skipping it. It's not worth summoning. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this kind of different way to cover the units, I guess. If you did, I mean, why not hit the like button? Let me know down below if you did or didn't, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, if you guys are new to the channel and you have stuck through this far, you probably like the content, so do consider subscribing. Don't forget to hit the like button, and I will see you all in the next one.